So I wonder how many referrals you're getting in your real estate business. And specifically, I wonder how many referrals you're getting from your past clients. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to stay in touch with your clients after the sale to continue to get more referrals and repeat business. But before I do that, I want to share something super exciting. We are announcing our brand new website and brand launch. And along with that, we are launching a shop for Market Authority and some really fantastic new systems bundles that you are going to want to get your hands on. We actually are going to be doing tons of discounts and giveaways and all kinds of cool things to celebrate the new shop. We've been working so hard on relaunching our brand, and I want you to be a part of it. So check out the show notes below. Check out the caption in this video where you are going to see where you can join in on all the fun for our launch week. I hope to see you there. I want to talk about how to stay in touch with your past clients after the sale without sounding like a salesperson so that you can still get those referrals and repeat business over time. After all, real estate is a people business. It's all about who you know and it's all about the relationships that you're nurturing. And we have to teach those individuals how to refer us. The only way we can do that is by staying in touch. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm not calling anyone out here, but here's what most real estate agents do. They get their clients to the closing table. They might hopefully give them an amazing closing gift and maybe even ask for a review. And then that agent is instantly, before even giving themselves a second to celebrate, looking for the next client. They're either starting over after that closing, saying, okay, where's my next deal going to come from? Or they are just moving on to the next thing that's urgent and important and right in front of them. Now, this goes well for a time, but at some point, that realtor is looking back at all these past clients, wondering why they're not in touch with them, how to get in touch with them if it's even appropriate after ghosting them for like 3 years in some cases, and why they're not sending them referrals, right? Like it might be one thing if you're sending them an email newsletter and a holiday card at the end of the year. But if you're not having any meaningful interaction after that, then you're less likely to see those referrals and repeat business. And this can leave realtors feeling really bummed out about their business, really feeling disappointed in themselves for not having kept in better touch, and wondering why it's so hard to stay in front of clients after the close without sounding salesy spammy. Because we've all gotten that advice of saying, well, call your sphere, reach out to your past clients, send that HomeBot report. Okay, cool, but like, how do you take it a step further to really invest yourself in the entire homeownership journey of that client? As a real estate coach, as a business coach for realtors who has worked with over 500 realtors in the last couple of years, I cannot tell you how many times I have had conversations with that agent who's like 10, 15, 20 years in the business who has never figured this out. And honestly, they come to me feeling embarrassed and like ashamed of themselves for having dropped this really important ball. Now, it's okay. Like time goes by. I'm not calling anyone out here. Time goes by so fast. And this is something that's really easy to happen to anybody. And it's a very common problem. And so I want to talk about how we're going to avoid this going forward. So it all starts with a little bit of a mindset shift, in my opinion. But when we are talking about the mindset of the transaction, when we are thinking of the closing date, a lot of times that signifies to us the end of that client interaction. And I want you to change the narrative. So one thing that my husband and I started doing in approaching our real estate transactions was looking at the closing table as when our work starts. So recently I shared a little bit of a video on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to connect with me there. I shared this video about putting together these beautiful closing gifts for our clients and how excited I was that we were revamping our closing gifts for our clients in 2024. It's just time to freshen it up. And I got a comment on that video, and that individual said something to the effect of, you know, clients don't really care about the closing gift. Your money would be way better spent with like marketing and gifting and events throughout the year. Well, like no You shouldn't be looking at the closing gift as the farewell, as the peace out, hope that your home ownership journey is good from here. You got this, pal. Like, no, you should be marking that as the beginning of that client for life experience. What we call this in our business is the $1 million client journey, because your client journey can be an asset in your business worth $1 million if you consider all of the referrals and repeat business that you can get over time. And so what we do is we look at that closing as the mark of the next leg, the next phase of our relationship with those clients. We're looking at how can we stay in touch every single month? How can we love on them for their birthdays or their anniversaries? How can we provide all kinds of really great ways to stay in touch? So let's start with that mindset shift. At the closing table, we're not saying farewell. We're saying, and this is what to expect next. Okay, so mindset's number one. Number two is going to be setting that expectation. Now, once you have the mindset, it's really important that you give that mindset and set those expectations with your clients too. It can't just be you setting up and framing this. You have to make sure that they're on board. Now, you can be doing a lot of this just in your marketing to start laying the foundation and laying the expectations for your clients before they even reach out to you. That's why in my Instagram for real estate, like I'm talking about my closing gift and the pop-bys that we give each quarter to our past clients. Like I'm showing examples of how I continue to love and nurture on my past clients way after the close, so that anybody who's thinking of reaching out to us for real estate services, especially through Instagram, which is like one of our main lead sources, they already expect that experience coming in. Now, if you already have a bunch of past clients, you can still go back and set the expectation, right? You can reach out to those past clients, even if it's been years, and say, hey, hope you've been well. This is what I'm looking to do in 2024, and I want you to be a part of it. This is the new me. This is going to be my client journey going forward. Expect to see some great stuff coming from me in the next couple of months, right? So like, it's not like you can't go back to those past clients and instill that expectation. You absolutely can at any time, but start thinking about the next transaction you have, how you can start setting up that expectation. Maybe start future casting. Hey, at the close, I'm going to be asking you for that 5-star review. So remember this big win when you're writing that review. Ha ha ha. You can also say something to the effect of, hey, you guys should totally plan on joining me for my next client event sometime this summer. We love to do this, and it's going to be so much fun. If you guys love this type of activity, then this is going to be a perfect event for you. Right? Like you can start kind of future casting a little bit and setting the expectation that it is going to be a long journey with you in their corner. Finally, we can start to automate some systems around this, right? So I want you to think about what that client journey needs to look like after the close. In the Market Authority Academy, we set up a post-close client sequence, like an after the close sequence. And this is what really kicks off our client for life relationship. We start with, like I say, the closing gift and the thank you card and asking for a review. Like that is a bare minimum. You want to make sure that you're making the most of every transaction that you've got. Course. But next, you can start scheduling some things in, right? So maybe scheduling in a check-in a year later to make sure that you're doing a little bit of a homeowner's consultation with them, which is something that we do to generate more referrals. You could check in with them 30 days after the close to make sure that they've settled into the house. You can check in with them 6 months from then to remember them of the inspection items that they wanted to repair and see if they needed any help with handyman services. Think a little bit about what you can do over at least the first year of them getting into the house and really settling in. And then think even in longer terms of how you can integrate them into a larger marketing strategy that stays in touch after the sale. This does not have to be anything crazy fancy, and this doesn't have to be a very costly thing for you to do either. But something as simple as setting up a recurring reminder or a sequence of task reminders in your CRM that you can just quickly activate after they close is going to be so helpful in you keeping in touch with your clients so that you can continue to coach for referrals over time. So that's what we walked through. We walked through a little bit of a mindset update, setting expectations, and how to automate that system to fulfill on the promise of being in touch with them after the sale. That's what you're going to do. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful, and like this video if you like this kind of content, because like I said, we have been in the middle of this crazy rebrand. We're launching the new and improved Market Authority, and I want to make sure that the content we're putting out is going to be as helpful to you as possible. So by liking, subscribing, commenting, engaging with this video, that is how I'm going to know, because those are the metrics that I track in my business. So I hope that you take me up on that. Okay, do not forget, check out the caption of this video. Check out the show notes, because we are leaning into launch week. We have all kinds of fun giveaways, lots of surprises for our launch week coming up next week, and I want you to be a part of it. So check that out below. I hope to see you there. Thanks so much, as always, for tuning in. Till next time, keep on crushing it.